This is a video of a noritz nrc1111 natural gas direct vent tankless water heater. The unit is hung on a 1/2-inch piece of plywood. The remote is placed next to it. For convenience, we ran PEX for ease of installation. So the pipes come out on the back side of the ply, and then they run over to where the hot water hooks into the rest of the home. We had to run a 3/4-inch gas line to the unit from the main to supply enough gas. It's a 200,000 BTU unit. We teed off of the hot output here and ran it over to the kitchen sink so we would have quicker hot water to the sink, eliminating about 20 feet of extra unnecessary piping. So the intake vent is in stainless here. It could be in PVC, but we had stainless, so we just used what we took out from the existing hot water heater that was upstairs. It's a 3-inch stainless pipe that runs to the outside of the home there. The exhaust is in Schedule 40 PVC, 3-inch. The pipe has to be a 1/4 inch of rise every 12 inches. So we're able to achieve that while staying in the requirements of not being too long for the unit. And we only have 2 elbows. We have an elbow here at the unit, then we have a 22.5 elbow down there exiting the house. So the less elbows you have, the longer the run you can have. So the unit itself is plugged in here next to it for convenience. This is where the gas line comes in. Now on the bottom of the unit we have the cold input here and the hot output there. These 2 valves are for when we go to flush the unit with vinegar every 6 to 8 months. You hook up a pump and put it in a loop, probably a sump pump in a bucket with vinegar, and let it run through the unit about an hour or so. And of course over here you have the pressure release valve. Now this clear plastic tube is food grade plastic tubing, and that is there because the unit produces condensation. So the condensation comes out of the unit here, runs through the tube, and goes into a condensate neutralizer kit. Now that makes it so we can dump the condensate into the city's sewer and it'll be legal. If you don't have condensate neutralizer kit, then the pH is too high and you legally can't dump it into the city's drainage system. So the condensate comes from the unit to the neutralizer, flows through this tube down to my condensate pump. Now the pump, in turn, once it fills up, it doesn't run every time you run the unit, but once it fills up, it runs down this line, which goes up into the laundry room and goes in the drain where the condensate from the HVAC system goes, because we have a humidifier. So the line is just hung up with 1/2-inch clamps and runs back over to the unit. So the controller here is used to set temperature They don't recommend going past 120, but you can go up to 140. And then you could also set a flow meter to have it set to turn off after 50 gallons or something. I don't have that set because I don't really have a use for it. But so that's an overview of this system. And the reason we chose this system was because of the hours of research online, and after sifting through most of the reviews and just different plumbing forums, and pretty much went through all the resources I could, I pretty much found out that the two companies to go with were both 100% Japanese parts, and Noritz is the company that I chose based on their track record. Now, the reason this unit has the condensate, which I showed you down here, the reason it produces condensation is because it's a high efficiency unit. So the intake, the exhaust air, before it exits the unit, actually passes through a coil that heats the incoming cold water, therefore making it much more efficient than a standard tankless water heater. So far we've been able to use this filling up 2 bathtubs at a time, and we still get hot water in each tub, and it's worked great so far. So like I said, every 6 months or so we'll need to hook up to our isolation valves down here and run vinegar through the unit to flush it. So that's it.